So the question number 1, which European power was the first to establish a sea route to India and establish their presence? Question number C, the Portuguese. Question number 2, Vasco da Gama arrived at the port of Calicut in which year? Option number B, 1498. 3, the headquarters of the Dutch East India Company in India was located at? Option number C, Pulicat. 4, the decisive battle that virtually ended the French challenge to the British in India was the? Option number C, Battle of Wandias, 1760. 5. The English East India Company received the Farman royal decree from the Mughal Emperor Jahangir to establish a permanent factory at Surat through the efforts of? Option number C, Captain William Hawkins. 6. The Battle of Plassey was fought in 1757 between the English East India Company led by Robert Clive and the Nawab Bengal, who was? Option number C, Sirajuddaulah. Statement 1. The Battle of Buxar 1764 was fought between the British and the combined forces of Mir Qasim, Sujadullah and Nawab of Awadh and Shah Alam II, Mughal Emperor. Statement 2. The victory at Buxar gave the British the right to collect revenue Diwani in Bengal, Bihar and Odisha. Option number B. Both statement 1 and statement 2 are correct. Question number 8. The Treaty of Srirangapatna 1792 was signed between the British and which ruler, resulting in the cession of half of his territory? Question number D, Tipu Sultan. Question number 9. The founder of the Sikh Kingdom of Punjab, who was known as the Lion of Punjab and signed the Treaty of Amritsar 1809 with the British, was? Option number A, Ranjit Singh. 10. Which policy was used by Lord Wellesley to bring the native states under the control of British without resorting to war by guaranteeing their security in exchange for giving up foreign policy control? Option number B, subsidiary alliance. 11. The first Governor General of Bengal who introduced the dual system of government but was later impeached in the British Parliament was? Option number B, Warren Hastings. 12. The system of permanent settlement of land revenue introduced in Bengal and Bihar in 1793 was implemented by? Option number B, Lord Cornwallis. 13. Which Governor General is credited with the abolition of sati, immolation of widows in 1829? Option number C, Lord William Bentinck. Statement 1, question number 14. Lord Dalhousie introduced the doctrine of lapse under which the company annexed the state where the ruler died without a natural male heir. Satara was the first state to be annexed under the doctrine of lapse. Option number B, both statement 1 and statement 2 are correct. 15. Who was the first Viceroy of India? Option number A, Lord Canning. Question number 16. The concept of drain of wealth from India to Britain was primarily theorized and popularized by? Option number C, Dadabhai Naoroji. 17. The Raitwari system of land revenue was different from the permanent settlement because? Option number B, the settlement was made directly with the cultivators' riots. 18. The immediate cause for the outbreak of the revolt of 1857 was? Option number C, the introduction of the new Enfield rifle cartridges greased with animal fat. 19. Who led the revolt of 1857 in Kanpur? Option number C, Nana Sahib. Question number 20, statement 1. The revolt of 1857 was a comprehensive national struggle for independence from British rule. Statement 2. The revolt of 1857 marked the end of East India Company's rule and the transfer of power to the British Crown. Option number uh, option number B is option number C is the correct answer. Both statement 1 and statement 2 are correct. 21. The Pabna Agrarian League movement in 1870s was a peasant movement focused on. Option number B, resistance against high rent demands and eviction by zamindars. 22. The earliest peasant movement that specifically focused on the hardship faced by indigo cultivators in Bengal was the. Option number B, Indigo Revolt 1859 to 60. 23. The Woods Dispatch 1854, often called the Magna Carta of English education in India, recommended the establishment of. Option number C, universities in Calcutta, Mumbai and Madras. 24. Who pioneered the development of the vernacular press and is often called the father of Indian journalism? Option number B, Raja Rammohan Rai. 25. The Vernacular Press Act 1878, which allowed the government to confiscate the printing press of any vernacular newspaper publishing objectionable material, was enacted by. Option number B, Lord Lytton. 26. The Brahma Samaj was founded by Raja Rammohan Rai with the primary objective of. Number B, reforming Hinduism by challenging polytheism, idol worship and sati. 27. Who founded the Arya Samaj and gave the call of go back to the Vedas? Option number C, Dayanand Saraswati. 28. The social reformer who vehemently campaigned against child marriage and advocated for widow remarriage, leading to the passing of the Widow Remarriage Act 1856 was. Number B, Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar. 29. The Ramakrishna Mission was founded by Swami Vivekananda in 1897 primarily to. Option number B, carry out humanitarian service and social work based on the principle of Karma Yoga. 30. The movement in Maharashtra focused on improving the condition of untouchables and lower castes led by Jyotiba Phule was the. Option number C, Satya Sadhak Samaj. 31. Which political organization was established by Surendranath Banerjee in 1876 was later merged with the Indian National Congress? Option number D, Indian Association. 32. The Indian National Congress was founded in 1885 by a retired British civil servant named. Number C, Alan Octavian Hume. 33. The first session of the Indian National Congress was held in Mumbai and the president of this session was. Option number B, W.C. Banerjee. 31st Statement 1. The early leaders of Indian National Congress, known as moderate, believed in constitutional agitation and petitioned to achieve self-rule gradually. Statement 2. The extremists led by leader like Bal Gangadhar Tilak advocate for direct action, Swadeshi and boycott to achieve Swaraj, self-rule. Option number B, both statement 1 and 2 are correct. 35. Who famously said, Swaraj is my birthright and I shall have it? Option number C, Bal Gangadhar Tilak. 36. The revolutionary group Anushilon Samiti was founded in Bengal with a focus on revolutionary activities and physical training. One of its prominent branches was Dhaka Anushilon Samiti, which was led by. Number D, Pulin Bihari Das. 37. The revolutionary organization India House was established in London in 1905 by. Option number C, Shyamji Krishna Verma. 38. The primary motive behind the Lord Curzon's decision to partition of Bengal in 1905 was option number B. To curb the rising tide of nationalism by dividing the Bengalis on communal lines. 39. The Swadeshi movement, which was a reaction to partition of Bengal, focused on the promotion of option number B. Indigenous goods and national education coupled with the boycott of British goods. 40. The formal split between the moderates and the extremists in the INC occurred during which session? Number B. Surat session 1907. 41. The Muslim League was formed in 1906 in which city? Option number C. Dhaka. 42. The Parliamentary Reforms Indian Council Act of 1909 introduced a highly decisive element into Indian politics by providing for option number B. Separate electorates for Muslims. 43. The capital of British India was formally transferred from Calcutta to Delhi in which year following the Delhi Darbar? Number C. 1911. Statement 1. The Lucknow session of Congress 1916 marked the reunion of moderate and extremist faction of the INC. Statement 2. The Congress and Muslim League signed the Lucknow Pact, agreeing to present common political demands to the British. Number C. Both statement 1 and 2 are correct. 45. The Home Rule League movement was led independently by two key figures in two different regions. Who were they? Number B. Bal Gangadhar Tilak and Annie Besant. 46. Gandhi returned to India from South Africa in which year? Option number B. 1915. 47. Gandhiji's first major successful experiment with Satyagraha in India was conducted in which district regarding indigo plantation worker? Option number C. Champaran. 48. The movement led by Gandhi in 1918 concerning the industrial workers' demand for a 35% wage increase was the option number B. Ahmedabad mill strike. 49. Statement 1. The Kheda Satyagraha was launched by Gandhi to support peasants who were demanding exemption from land revenue due to crop failure. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel emerged as a prominent leader during the Kheda Satyagraha. Option number C. Both statement 1 and 2 are correct. 50. Who was considered Gandhi's political mentor, who advised him to spend a year observing India before engaging in public life? Option number B. Gopal Krishna Gokhale. 51. The All India Kisan Sabha was formed in 1936 at which city? Which Swami Sahajananda Saraswati as its first president? Option number C. Lucknow. 52. The Mopla Rebellion of 1921, which was initially a peasants' uprising against oppressive landlords, took place in which region? Option number B. Malabar, Kerala. 53. The trade union movement in India gained significant momentum after the formation of the first centralized trade union organization in 1920 was known as the option number B. All India Trade Union Congress, AITUC. 54. The Meerut Conspiracy Case 1929 involved the British government targeting a large number of leaders of which political ideology? Leaders of which political ideology? Option number B. Communist. 55. The revolutionary figure who started Ghadar Party revolutionary movement outside India in San Francisco, USA in 1913 was? Option number B. Lala Haradal. 56. Who, along with Bhagat Singh, threw a bomb in the Central Legislative Assembly in Delhi in 1929 as an act of protest, not violence? Option number D. Batukeshwar Datta. 57. The revolutionary organization Hindustan Socialist Republican Association HSRA christened version of the earlier HRA was founded in 1928 by option number B, Chandrasekhar Azad. 58. Statement 1. The Chittagong Armistice 1930 was led by Surya Sen Mastada and was one of the most daring acts of armed revolutionary activities in Bengal. Statement 2. The primary goal of the raid was to capture arms and ammunition for a planned general uprising. Option number B. Both statement 1 and 2 are correct. 59. The Komagota Maru incident of 1914 was closely associated with which revolutionary group operating outside India? Option number B. Ghadar Party. 60. The famous revolutionary writer who chronicled the history of the 1857 revolt and was a key figure in the Abhinava Bharat Society was? Option number B. V.D. Savarkar. 61. The Rowlatt Act 1919 was dubbed the Black Act because it empowered the British government to? Option number B. Imprison any person without trial and judicial review. 62. The Jallianwala Bagh Massacre 1919 took place in Amritsar on the day of which festival? Number C. Baishakhi. 63. The Khilafat movement was started by Ali brothers Muhammad Ali and Shaukat Ali in India to protest against the injustice done to? Option number C. The Caliph Sultan of Turkey. 64. The non-cooperation movement 1920 to 1922 was launched by Gandhiji with the dual aim of achieving Swaraj and supporting the? Option number B. Khilafat movement. 65. The non-cooperation movement was suspended by Gandhi after which violent incident in Uttar Pradesh? Option number B. Chauri Chora incident 1922. 66. The Swaraj Party was founded in 1923 by C.R. Das and Motilal Nehru with the immediate objective of? Option number B. Entering the Legislative Council to obstruct government working from within. 67. Statement 1. The Simon Commission 1927 was a 7-member body formed to review the constitutional progress in India, but it had no Indian members. Statement 2. The Congress and Muslim Leagues successfully united to boycott the Simon Commissions under the slogan Simon Go Back. Option number B. Both statement 1 and 2 are correct. 68. The Lahore session of Congress 1929 is historically significant because it formally paused the resolution demanding? Option number B. Purna Swaraj, complete independence. 69. The Congress decided to observe January 26, 1930 as the first? Option number B. Independence Day. 70. The famous declaration in which the British government stated that the natural goal of constitutional reforms in India was to grant dominion status was the? Option number C. Irwin Declaration 1929. 71. The civil disobedience movement was formally launched by Gandhiji with which significant event? Option number C. Dandi March, Salt Satyagraha. 72. The Gandhi-Irwin Pact 1931 was signed primarily to? Number B. End of civil disobedience movement and facilitated Congress participate in the second roundtable conference. 73. Which prominent figure represented the Indian National Congress at the second roundtable conference 1931? Number C. Mahatma Gandhi. 74. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar participated in how many of the roundtable conference? Number C. 3. 75. The Communal Award 1932 announced by the British Prime Minister Ramsay MacDonald provided separate electorate for? Number B. Muslims, Sikhs, Christian and depressed classes. 76. The Pune Pact 1932 was an agreement between the Mahatma Gandhi and Dr. B.R. Ambedkar which rejected separate electorate for the repressed classes in favor of option number B, reserved seats for the repressed classes in the general electorate. 77. The Government of India Act 1935 introduced the concept of diarchy at which level of government? Option number B, provincial level. Later abolished the provincial level and introduced at the center, though never fully implemented. 78. Statement 1. The Government of India Act 1935 provided for the establishment of All India Federation, although these provisions was never implemented. Statement 2. The Act granted provincial autonomy, allowing the elected Indian ministers to take control of provincial administrations. B. Both statement 1 and 2 are correct. 79. The Congress Socialist Party (CSP) was founded within the INC in 1934 by leaders like Jayaprakash Narayan and Acharya Narendra Deva with the aim of advocating for option number B, a socialist and Marxist ideology within the framework of the INC. 80. The provincial elections of 1937 held under the Government of India Act 1935 resulted in the Congress forming ministries in how many provinces initially? Option number C, 8. 81. The Tripuri crisis 1939 saw which leader defeat Gandhiji's nominee Pattavi Sitaramaya for the post of Congress president but later resigned due to lack of support from the working committee? Option number C, Subhash Chandra Bose. 82. Subhash Chandra Bose went on to form a new political party after his resignation in 1939 known as the number B, Forward Bloc. 83. The Congress ministries resigned in all provinces in 1939 primarily to protest against the British decision to option number B, declare India a party to the Second World War without consulting Indian leaders. 84. The August Offer 1940 proposed by Viceroy Lord Linlithgow promised to establishment of a post-war option number B, representative body to frame a new constitution dominant status. 85. The individual Satyagraha 1940 was launched by Gandhiji with the primary objective of option number B, protesting against the war policy of the government without consulting India and affirming the right to free speech. 86. Who was the first person chosen by Gandhiji to launch the individual Satyagraha? Option number B, Acharya Vinoba Bhave. 87. The Cripps mission 1942 failed primarily because option number B, the Congress demanded immediate formation of a responsible national government which the mission refused. 88. The do or die slogan was famously given by Mahatma Gandhi during the launch of which movement? Option number C, Quit India Movement 1942. 89. The Quit India Movement was characterized by option number C, widespread mass participation, decentralized leadership and spontaneous acts of violence and sabotage. 90. Statement 1. The Quit India Movement saw the establishment of parallel governments, Patrika Sarkars, in several places, notably Satara and Tamluk. Statement 2. The Congress leadership was arrested almost immediately, which led to the movement being largely leaderless and spontaneous. Option number C, both statement 1 and 2 are correct. 91. Subhash Chandra Bose established the Provincial Government of Free India, RG Hukumat-e-Azad Hind, in option number C, in Singapore. 92. The slogan "Give me blood and I will give you freedom" is attributed to option number C, Subhash Chandra Bose. 93. The actual military founder of the Indian National Army and Azad Hind Fauj was option number B, Mohan Singh. 94. Subhash Chandra Bose was recognized as the supreme military leader of the INA after taking over its command from option number B, Rajbihari Bose. 95. The three INA officers who were put on trial at the Red Fort in Delhi in 1945 to 46 were option number C, General Mohan Singh, Shahnawaz Khan, Gurbakh Singh Dhilan. 96. The Cabinet Mission Plan 1946 proposed the formation of a Constituent Assembly in India based on option number C, indirect election by the provincial legislative assemblies. 97. The Direct Action Day, August 16, 1946, observed by the Muslim League to praise for the demand for Pakistan resulted in option number C, widespread communal violence and riots, particularly in Calcutta. 98. The interim government 1946 was formed with whom as the de facto head, Vice President of the Viceroy's Executive Council. Option number B, Jawaharlal Nehru. 99. The last Viceroy of India who was responsible for overseeing the partition and independence was the last Viceroy of India. Option number C, Lord Mountbatten. 100. The Indian Independence Act of 1947 provided for the division of British India into two independent dominions, India and Pakistan. This act was based on the option number C, Mountbatten Plan or June 3rd Plan. 101. The first meeting of the Constituent Assembly of India was held on option number B, December 9, 1946. 102. Who was the temporary president of the first meeting of the Constituent Assembly? Option number C, Dr. Sachidananda Sinha. 103. The objective resolution which later formed the philosophical basis of the Indian Constitution was moved in the Constituent Assembly by option number C, Jawaharlal Nehru. 104. The first Governor General of Independent India was first Governor General of Independent India. Option number B, Lord Mountbatten. 105. Who was the only Indian to serve as the Governor General of India? Option number C, Raja Gopalachari. Option number B is the correct answer, C, Raja Gopalachari. 106. The Governor General who introduced the concept of covenanted civil service in India, which reserved high posts for Europeans was option number B, Lord Cornwallis. 107. Which Viceroy's period saw the repeal of the Vernacular Press Act, the introduction of the Ilbert Bill, and the introduction of the local self-government? 1892-1894. Option number B, Lord Ripon. 108. The Factory Act of 1881, which restricted the working hours for children, was passed during the tenure of which Viceroy? Option number B, Lord Ripon. 109. The Indian Universities Act 1904, which led to greater government control over universities, was enacted during the time of option number B, Lord Curzon. 110. Statement 1. The August Declaration 1917, made by E.S. Montagu, promised the gradual development of self-governing institution in India. 2. This declaration led to the enactment of the Montagu-Chelmsford Reforms Government of India Act 1919, which introduced diarchy at the provincial level. Option number C, both statement 1 and 2 are correct. 11. The Maholadi land revenue system was primarily introduced in option number B, Central Provinces, Punjab and Gangetic Valley. 112. The economic policy of British, which aimed at making India a supplier for raw materials and a consumer of finished British goods, is best described as Option number B, commercial exploitation. 113. The Maratha region was finally annexed by the British under which Governor General, leading to the abolition of the Peshwarship after the Third Anglo-Maratha War. Number B, Lord Hastings. 114. The British fought the First Anglo-Sikh War 1845 to 46 primarily because of. Number B, the instability and aggressive actions of the Sikh army after Ranjit Singh's death. 115. The Indian princely state were granted the option to either join the dominion of India or Pakistan or remain independent under the provisions of the. Option number C, Indian Independence Act 1947. 116. The Deoband Movement 1866, founded by Muhammad Qasim Nanavatawi and Rashid Ahmad Gangohi, focused primarily on. Option number B, the revival of Islamic scholarship and resistance to Western and Barlevi influences. 117. Who wrote the book Ghulamgiri, Slavery, and was a pioneer in the movement for the upliftment of women and lower castes in Maharashtra. Number C, Jyotiba Phule. 118. The Hunter Commission 1882 was appointed to review the progress of education in India following the recommendation of the. Number C, Wood's Dispatch. And 119. The social reformer who was awarded the title Vidyasagar for his vast knowledge and contribution to Sanskrit literature and education was. Option number B, Ishwar Chandra Bandyopadhyay or Vidyasagar. 120. The first Indian women president of the Indian National Congress was. Option number A, Sarojini Naidu. 121. The period of the extremist phase of the Indian National Congress is generally considered to be from. Option number B, 1905 to 1920. 122. Which of the following was not a core demand of the moderate leader of INC? Option number C, complete Purna Swaraj, complete independence. 123. The INC resolution of Swaraj, self-rule, was first passed at the annual session held in 1906, presided over by. Option number C, Dadabhai Naoroji. 124. The term Lal Bal Pal refers to the three leading figures of the extremist group. Which province did Lala Lajpat Rai belong to? Option number C, Punjab. 125. Who, after retiring from politics, became a spiritual philosopher and founded the Aurobindo Ashram in Pondicherry? Number B, Aurobindo Ghosh. 126. Madam Bhikaji Kama, often called the mother of Indian Revolution, unfurled the Indian flag, the flag of independence, in 1907 at. Option number B, Stuttgart, Germany. 127. The revolutionary organization Abhinava Bharat Society was founded by. Number B, V.D. Savarkar. 128. The famous revolutionary was assassinated Sir Curzon Willie in London in 1909 was. Option number C, Madanlal Dhingra. 129. The Alipur bomb conspiracy case 1908 primarily involved the members of the Anushilhan Samiti and was directed against. Option number C, Kingsport, chiefly presidency magistrate. 130. The movement planned by the Ghadar party in 1915 to launch a widespread armed revolt with the help of the Indian army, which was ultimately foiled, was known as the. Number B, Loud Conspiracy. 131. The non-cooperation movement witnessed a major legal victory when the famous lawyer C.R. Das gave up his first legal practice to join the movement? C.R. Das was known as. Option number C. Deshbandhu. 132. The Bardoli Satyagraha 1928, a successful peasant movement against the increase in land revenue, was led by. Number B. Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel. 133. The Nehru Report 1928, drafted by a committee headed by the Motilal Nehru, primarily recommended. Option number B. Dominant status with a federal structure. 134. Statement 1. Muhammad Ali Jinnah proposed his 14 points in 1929 as a counter proposal to the Nehru Report. Statement 2. The 14 points primarily sought constitutional safeguards for Muslim interests, including separate electorate. Number C. Both statement 1 and 2 are correct. 135. The Dharshana Salt Workers Satyagraha 1930, which saw a major non-violent confrontation and was widely covered by international press, was led after Gandhi's arrest by. Option number B. Sarojini Naidu. 36. The Karachi session of Congress 1931 is notable for passing resolution on. Number B. Fundamental Rights and National Economic Program. 137. The Government of India Act 1935 divided legislative powers between the centre and the provinces through 3 lists, which list included powers over law and order and land revenue. Number B. Provincial list. 138. The August of 1940 failed because. Option number B. It did not promise immediate self-government and gave no immediate power to the Indians. 139. Who was the leader of the Unionist party that was dominant in the Punjab province before the partition? Number B. Sikandar Hayat Khan. 140. The CR Formula 1944, proposed by C. Rajagopalachari, was an attempt to resolve the political deadlock by offering the Muslim League a proposal for. Option number B. Self-determination for Muslim majority areas after the war. 141. The Wavell Plan 1945, proposed at the Simla conference, aimed to reconstruct the Viceroy's Executive Council by ensuring. Option number B. Equal representation for Hindu and Muslims. 142. The RIN, Royal Indian Navy, mutiny of 1946 broke out in which city? Option number B. Bombay. Statement 1. The Cabinet Mission Plan 1946 rejected the demand for a separate sovereign state of Pakistan. The mission proposed a loose 3-tier federal structure where provinces would be grouped into 3 sections A, B, C. Option number C. Both statement 1 and 2 are correct. 144. The Indian Independence Act 1947 ended the title of Emperor of India and gave the 2 new dominants to the power of. Dominance the power to. Number B. Alter or repeal any act of the British Parliament, including the Indian Independence Act itself. 145. The Boundary Commission responsible for demarcating the borders between India and Pakistan in 1947 was headed by. Number C. Sir Cyril Ratcliffe. 146. The first Law Minister of Independent India was and the chairman of the drafting committee and of the Constitution was. Option number B. Dr. B. R. Ambedkar. 147. The Constitutional Assembly adopted the Constitution of India on. Number C. November 26, 1949. 148. Which schedule of the Constitution deals with the distribution of powers between the Union and the states? Union, state and Colonial list. Option number B. 7th schedule. 149. The Dhar Commission 1948 was set up to examine the issue of. Number B. The feasibility of linguistic reorganization of the states. 150. The JVP Committee 1948, consisting of Jawaharlal Nehru, Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel and Pattabi Sitharamaiah, primarily examined the report of the. Number C. Dhar Commission on linguistic states. 151. The phrase liberty, equality and fraternity in the preamble of the Indian Constitution was inspired by the ideals of the option number B, French Revolution. 152. A system of diarchy double rule at the provincial level introduced by the Government of India in 1919 divided subjects into option number B, transports and reserved. 153. The first time the Indian National Congress officially demanded a Constitutional Assembly to frame the Constitution of India was in option number B, 1935. 154. Who was the president of the Congress during the Salt Satyagraha 1930 and the early phase of the civil disobedience movement? Option number B, Jawaharlal Nehru. 155. The Gandhi-Irwin Pact was also known as the option number B, Delhi Pact. Now the 156. The Congress officially adopted the resolution of non-cooperation in a special session held at option number B, Calcutta 1920 session. 157. The first round table conference was boycotted by which major political party? Option number C, Indian National Congress. 158. The first elected president of the Constituent Assembly was option number A, Dr. Rajendra Prasad. 159. The Regulating Act of 1773 established the Supreme Court in which city? Option number C, Calcutta. 160. The Pitt's India Act of 1784 introduced the system of double government by creating the number B, Board of Control. 161. The first time the British government set aside 1 lakh rupees for the promotion of education in India was through the option number B, Charter Act of 1813. 162. Who coined the term Pakistan in 1933? Number C, Chaudhry Rahmat Ali. 163. The August of 1940 was rejected by the Muslim League because option number B, it did not explicitly concede the demand for Pakistan. 164. The most significant feature of the Government of India in 1919 Montagu-Chelmsford reforms was the introduction of number B, diarchy in the provinces. 165. The permanent settlement largely failed to achieve its objective due to the system of option number B, sunset law. 166. The revolutionary organization Hindustan Republican Association HRA was founded in 1924 in which city? Number B, Kanpur. 167. The famous revolutionary incident Kakori conspiracy case 1925 involved the robbing of a train near Lucknow and resulted in the execution of revolutionaries like Ram Prasad Bismil and number B, Ashfaqullah Khan. And 68. The Samyukta Kishan Sabha United Peasants Committee and Andhra was led by the which leader who famously organized the peasants of the region? Option number B, N.G. Ranga. 169. The first Congress session that was held in a village, symbolizing the party's desire to reach the rural masses was the number B, Faizpur session 1937. 170. Who was the president of INC when the Quit India Movement resolution was passed in 1942? Option number C, Maulana Abul Kalam Azad. 171. The Dandi March 1930 was undertaken to defy which specific British law? Option number C, Salt Law. 172. The Cabinet Mission 1946 included 3 British cabinet ministers. They were Pethick Lawrence, Stafford Cripps, and option number B, A.V. Alexander. 173. The Wavell Plan was specifically aimed at discussing the structure of the number B, Executive Council of the Viceroy. 174. The Indian Association 1876, founded by Surendranath Banerjee, was initially established to oppose the option number B, reduction of the age limit for the ICS exam. 175. The Viceroy who hosted the Delhi Darbar 1911, where the announcement of the transfer of capital was made, was option number C, Lord Hardinge II. 176. The Ghadar party published its journal Ghadar in which languages besides Punjabi and Urdu? Option number B, Marathi, Hindi and Gujarati. 177. The Macmillan Minutes 1935 was a strong advocacy for the promotion of education through the medium of option number C, English. 178. The first railway line was opened in India in 1853, connecting Mumbai to which place? Option number B, Thane. 179. The statutory civil service was introduced in 1879 by which viceroy as an attempt to find a middle ground between European and Indian aspirations for higher posts? Option number B, Lord Lytton. 180. The Hindu Mahasabha was primarily established in 1915 by option number B, Madam Madan Mohan Malviya. And 181. The Sarvodaya philosophy, a fusion of social service and spiritual upliftment, was propagated by the followers of option number B, Mahatma Gandhi. 192. The movement that successfully mobilized the peasants of Gujarati against the local landlords and the British, with Gandhiji's direct involvement in 1917, was the option number B, Kheda Satyagraha. 183. The Congress League Pact, Lucknow Pact 1916, formally accepted the principle of option number B, separate electorate for Muslims. 184. The Viceroy who partitions Bengal in 1905 was option number B, Lord Curzon. 185. The Home Rule League movement saw which leader organize his movement in the central provinces of Maharashtra? Option number B, Bal Gangadhar Tilak. 186. The All India Anti-Untouchability League was later renamed as the Harijan Sevak Sangh by number B, Mahatma Gandhi. 187. The Public Safety Bill and the Trade Disputes Bill were the primary issues over which Bhagat Singh and Bhatugashar Dutt bombed the Central Legislative Assembly in 1929. Number A, Statement 1. Public Safety Bill and Trade Disputes Bill is correct. 198. The Delhi Darbar of 1911 was organized to commemorate the coronation of which British monarch? Option number C, King George V. 199. The non-cooperation movement was supported by the Jamiat Ulema-e-Hind because of its alignment with the option number B, Khilafat issues. 190. The Wavell Plan was aimed at solving the Indian constitutional crisis, but was ultimately rejected due to the refusal of the Muslim League to option number B, agree to the Congress nominating a Muslim member to the Executive Council. 191. The Cripps Mission offered the creation of a option number B, new Indian Union that would be a dominion. 192. The Indian Independence Act 1947 officially came into effect on option number B, August 14-15, 1947. 193. The interim government of 1946 saw the Muslim League joining it later, but they refused to join the option number B, Constituent Assembly. 194. The preamble of the Indian Constitution was amended for the first and only time by which Constitutional Amendment Act? Option number B, 42nd Amendment Act 1976. 197. The fundamental duties were added to the Indian Constitution based on the recommendation of the option number B, Swan Singh Committee. 196. The Charter Act of 1833 made the Governor General of Bengal the option number B, Governor General of India. 197. The Indian Council of 1861 was significant because it introduced the element of Indian representation into the legislative process for the first time by Number B. Nomination of some non-official Indian members to the Viceroy Legislative Council. 198. The Brahmo Sabhas was split into two factors, Brahmo Sabhas of India and Adi Brahmo Sabhas. The former was led by Number B. Keshav Chandra Sen. Okay, the Brahmo Sabhas was split into two factions, Brahmo Sabhas of India and Adi Brahmo Sabhas. The former was led by, that means Brahmo Sabhas of India was led by Keshav Chandra Sen. 199. The most powerful regional state that emerged in the vacuum created by the decline of the Mughals, whose ruler Hyder Ali took power in the 1761 was option number D, Mysore. 200. The government of India in 1935 abolished the hierarchy in the provinces and granted provincial autonomy, but the governor retained the ultimate power of the option number B, suspending all constitutional machinery and taking over administration. That's all for today, and thank you so much for watching this video. If you guys find this video helpful, don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel. Also, you can download PDF from my Telegram channel, the link in the description. Alright, keep watching, keep learning. See you in the next video. Thank you.